You wake up in the morning, your body just does it. The alarm goes off. Your fingers find the screen. You unlock it almost automatically. And within 10 seconds, you are no longer in your bedroom. Your social media feed, someone else's vacation, someone else's opinion, someone else's life. And the strange part is, this does not feel strange anymore. You carry your phone from room to room like it is attached to you. You sleep next to it. You panic for half a second when you touch your pocket and do not feel it there. Your phone is not just something you use anymore. It has become part of your body. Not biologically, of course, but psychologically, emotionally, neurologically. Because your phone is no longer just a phone. It is your memory, map, camera, bank, calendar, your entertainment, your social life, your escape, your comfort, your proof that the world is still there. So when people say, just put your phone down, they do not understand. They are not asking you to put away a device. Disconnect from almost every part of your modern life. And that is exactly why it feels so hard. Most people call this phone addiction, but that word is too simple. Because addiction makes it sound like you just lack discipline, but the psychology behind this is much deeper. It learned how to sit directly inside your nervous system. Let's start with something simple, standing in line. You pulled out your phone. Standing still with nothing to do now feels weird. Biggest changes phones have made to the human brain. They have removed boredom. And at first, that sounds like a good thing. Who wants to be bored? But boredom is not useless. Boredom is where your mind starts wandering. It is where creativity begins. It is where you process emotions. It is where your brain connects things you did not even know were connected. Before phones, your mind had empty space. You would stare out of a car window, wait for someone without checking anything. Sit in your room and just think. Walk somewhere and actually notice the world around you. Now, the second silence appears, the screen fills it. And slowly your brain forgets how to be alone with itself. That is why silence feels heavier now. It is not that silence changed, you did. Your nervous system got used to constant stimulation. A notification, a video, a message, a scroll, a sound, a vibration, a tiny hit of something new. And here is where it gets interesting. Most of the time your phone is not giving you happiness. It is giving you anticipation. That is very different. When you pick up your phone, you do not know what you are going to find. Maybe someone texted you. Maybe your post got a like. Maybe there is a new video. Maybe something happened. Maybe someone needs you. Maybe there is a reason to feel important for a second. That maybe is powerful. Your brain loves unpredictable rewards. If every time you checked your phone, nothing happened, you would stop checking. If every time you checked, something amazing happened, it would become predictable. But because sometimes there is something and sometimes there is nothing, your brain keeps coming back. That is the same psychological loop that makes people pull a slot machine again and again. Not because they win every time, because they might. Your phone is a slot machine in your pocket. Except instead of money, it pays you with attention. And attention is one of the most addictive currencies on earth. A like tells you, someone noticed you. A message tells you, someone is thinking about you. A notification tells you, something is happening. A view count tells you, you exist in other people's minds. And whether we admit it or not, that matters to the human brain. Humans are social creatures. For thousands of years, being noticed by the group meant safety. Being ignored meant danger. So when your phone lights up, your brain does not always treat it like a machine. It treats it like a social signal. Someone saw me. Someone responded. Someone included me. Someone remembered me. That is why one unread message can change your mood. That is why being left unread can feel embarrassing. That is why no notifications can make you feel strangely empty. It is not just the phone, it is what the phone represents. Connection, validation, possibility, escape. But there is another layer that nobody talks about enough. Your phone has become a shield against awkwardness. Think about it. You are alone in public, so you look at your phone. You enter a room where you do not know anyone, so you look at your phone. You feel uncomfortable at a family gathering, so you look at your phone. You are tired after a long day and do not want to think, so you look at your phone. You feel sad, but you do not want to feel sad, so you scroll. The phone gives you somewhere to go without physically leaving. That is what makes it so powerful. You can escape any moment instantly. You can be sitting at the dinner table and mentally disappear. You can be lying in bed and enter 10 different worlds. You can feel lonely and distract yourself before the loneliness becomes too loud. And this is why putting the phone down is not just about screen time. It is about emotion. Because when the screen goes dark, you are left with whatever you were trying not to feel. Your thoughts, your tiredness, your loneliness, your anxiety, your real life. And for a lot of people, that is the hardest part. Not the phone, the silence after the phone. There is a reason people check their phones even when they know nothing new is there. It is not always curiosity. Sometimes it is self-soothing. Like a child holding a blanket. Except now, adults hold glass screens. You touch your phone to feel grounded. You keep it near you to feel safe. You place it next to your pillow like it is watching over you. You check it before sleeping. Not because it helps you rest, but because being disconnected feels too final. And maybe that sounds dramatic, but ask yourself this. Why does it feel uncomfortable when your phone battery is low? Why does losing Wi-Fi feel like losing access to the world? Why does forgetting your phone at home feel almost like forgetting a part of yourself? Because in a way, you did. Your phone carries pieces of your identity. Your photos show who you were. Your messages show who matters to you. Your apps show what you care about. Your search history shows what you are afraid to ask out loud. Your Notes app holds thoughts you did not tell anyone. Your camera roll holds memories your brain no longer has to carry alone. That is why the phone feels personal. It is not just an object. It is an external version of your inner life. And that is also why we protect it so intensely. Someone picking up your phone can feel more invasive than someone walking into your room, because your phone is not just in your life. Your life is inside your phone. But here is the problem. The more your phone becomes part of you, the more your attention stops belonging to you. You pick it up to check one thing, and suddenly 20 minutes are gone. You open one message, then check one app, then watch one video, then another, and by the time you look up, you do not even remember why you picked it up in the first place. That is not an accident. These platforms are designed to remove stopping points. There is always another post, another video, another notification, another reason not to leave. Your brain loves completion, but the modern feed never completes. There is no natural ending, no final page, no "you are done now." So your brain keeps searching for satisfaction in a place that was designed not to give it to you. And slowly, your ability to focus changes. Reading feels harder. Doing one thing at a time feels harder. Even watching a movie without checking your phone can start to feel like work. Not because you became stupid, because your attention has been trained to expect constant movement. Your brain has learned that if something gets even slightly slow, there is always a faster option in your hand. That changes how you experience real life. Real conversations have pauses. Real relationships take patience. Real progress is slow. Real healing is boring sometimes. Real life does not refresh every 3 seconds. And if your brain gets too used to the speed of the screen, ordinary life can start to feel disappointing. Too quiet, too slow, too empty. But maybe it is not empty. Maybe it is just real. And here is the part that matters. The goal is not to hate your phone. Your phone is useful. It helps you work. It helps you learn. It helps you find people. It helps you create. It helps you stay safe. It can connect you to someone you love in seconds. The problem is not that you have a phone. The problem is when the phone becomes the first place you go for every emotional need. Bored? Phone. Lonely? Phone. Anxious? Phone. Tired? Phone. Awkward? Phone. Sad? Phone. Uncertain? Phone. At some point, the phone stops being a tool and becomes a reflex. And a reflex is not freedom. So maybe the question is not, how many hours do you spend on your phone? Maybe the better question is, what do you reach for your phone to avoid feeling? Because that answer will tell you more than your screen time ever could. Maybe you reach for it because you are overwhelmed. Maybe because you are lonely. Maybe because you are afraid of missing out. Maybe because stillness makes you uncomfortable. Maybe because being available to everyone feels easier than being present with yourself. And if that is true, then putting your phone down is not just a productivity hack. It is an emotional practice. It is learning to stand in line without escaping, to eat without scrolling, to wake up without immediately entering everyone else's life, to sit with your thoughts long enough to hear what they are trying to tell you, to remember that you had a mind before algorithms learned how to occupy it. Your phone is not evil, but it is powerful. And the more powerful something is, the more conscious your relationship with it has to become. Because your phone will gladly become your body part if you let it. It will become your hand, your eyes, your memory, your comfort, your silence, your identity. It will fill every empty space. It will answer every uncomfortable feeling with distraction. It will make sure you are never bored, but it may also make sure you are never fully present. So tonight, before you go to sleep, notice where your phone is. Is it next to your pillow? In your hand? Under your blanket? The last thing you see before your eyes close? And tomorrow morning, notice what your hand reaches for first, because that tiny moment tells the truth. Your phone did not become part of your body overnight. It happened slowly, one notification at a time, one scroll at a time, one moment of silence avoided at a time. And maybe taking your life back will happen the same way, one quiet moment at a time. One meal without scrolling, one walk without headphones, one morning without checking messages first, one night where the screen goes dark and you do not immediately run from yourself, because you are still here when the phone turns off. Your thoughts are still here. Your body is still here. Your life is still here. And maybe the most radical thing you can do in a world designed to capture your attention is to take it back. Take your attention back.